Hi everyone, it's Giselle here with a post full moon reading. I've done a masculine and feminine side and some guidance from the universe for union and what the universe has to say to them and what they want to say to us and what the universe has to say to us and what we want to say to them. So let's make a start. The top row is what are we thinking? The middle row is what do we feel in our hearts? And the bottom row is what do we actually want? Yeah. So with the masculine's top row, what are they thinking at the moment? We have obstacles and challenges. So they are still feeling that there are some obstacles and challenges left on their path. It's not all clear. They haven't been given the all clear from themselves yet, so there is still that need to overcome, and they are actively thinking about those challenges that they need to pull through. And the second one is foundations and achievements. So they do know that they need to have a firm foundation in order to make things work. That's why they are very heavily contemplating overcoming those obstacles, because without the obstacles being cleared, there is no possibility for a firm foundation. And then the third card for their thoughts is triumph. So if you look at it in this order, then you do see that it makes sense. So they need to get rid of the obstacles in order to have that firm foundation and the rainbow in order to be able to triumph over the situation. What do they feel in their hearts? Open up. So they have this sense of, yes, I do need to open up. I would like to talk more openly and honestly and explore my feelings, open up to myself, but also towards my beloved. The second card is master, so they want to master their heart. As you see, this man has his heart center within his hands, so he's able to master that energy. And so through opening up, the divine masculine is saying that he'll be able to master the heart center energy, and as a result they'll be able to trust, because that is a very strong theme I feel that has come through for both of us, but especially now I feel post full moon we do really need to trust in the process, trust in this divine coming together. And I know the full moon has been really hard. I've had loads of clients who've actually had readings with me during the full moon period or even slightly prior, both divine feminines and masculines, and they've been struggling so much with the energy. And I'm not gonna lie, it's affected me as well. It's been very intense. A lot of childhood wounding, a lot of insecurities, possibly even carried forth from past lives, even though I don't particularly like to indulge in the past life therapy myself. I used to years ago when I first discovered that I was a twin flame, but that was, gosh, about 10 years ago now. So I feel like I've exhausted that part, and I don't really feel the need to revisit that. So I just focus on this life and what I can learn from my experiences in hurts and past childhood wounding in this life. But it certainly can be to do with your past lives, but yeah, the trust is so important, and the divine masculine does know in their hearts that they must open up to then master their heart and enable them to trust in this love, in this connection. And then on the physical, what are they wanting? Rest and rejuvenation, attachment, and heart chakra. So I got some clarifications for these cards. Here they are. This is for the rest and rejuvenation. So what do you actually mean by that? And so I was given the Hanged Man and the Eight of Pentacles. So what I feel this represents is currently the divine masculine spending some time away on their own in their man caves trying to figure out, you know, sort through their thoughts. And basically there is this sense of them feeling like they are a bit in limbo at the moment, and therefore there's still some studying to do regarding their feelings, because you know they want to master all of this, but really they are doing that through taking some time out and really focusing in, being in that space of suspense, just so that they can learn and really sort out their thoughts. What does the attachment mean? I needed clarification on that, and I received the 9 of Cups. Gosh, this isn't the best way of doing it, is it? And the 10 of Wands and Temperance. Actually, Temperance came out first, then the 9 of Cups, and then the 10 of Wands. What I feel with this is, what are their attachments, is they need to find a balance. I feel some masculines, because this is a general reading, it's quite difficult to pinpoint exactly what it is, because if you get a personal reading, then I focus solely on your beloved, and so I get exactly their thoughts and their emotions. But yeah, with a general reading, what I'm gaining from this is they still have to sort through, it's either overindulging addictions, possibly to either, you know, substances that makes them feel better, or perhaps a person that they makes, you know, can use as sort of an escape, but it's not the best way, because they know they need to temper, they need to sort that out. They can't just simply overindulge over and over and over. And so it feels like this character here seems quite burdened, you know, like they've been through a lot, and they are, you know, still looking to just complete that, and to complete the achievements so they can be proud of themselves, to not overindulge or feel, I mean, this is also wishes fulfilled, so it can actually be their attachment of letting go of things so that they can actually have their wishes fulfilled and complete their journey and finally come home as the hero that they are, you know. So they, yeah, what they're wanting is to open up their heart, and very much is shown here within their heart center of mastering that, and yeah, opening up. So that does reflect on their physical, which is really good. And so I feel that this aspect here, their thoughts and what they're thinking, reflects here in them knowing that they need to really be centered and take some time out and look at that aspect of themselves. Now the Divine Feminines. The first, let me just get rid of these because it's hiding the card. First card in the thoughts are Choose Wisely, Destiny, and Base Chakra. So with the Choose Wisely card, again, I had to get some clarification. Said, what do you mean by choose wisely? What do we need to choose wisely? And so we have the 6 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords. And what I feel the Choose Wisely card is referring to is the fact that we may be quite exhausted. I feel this is a journey, represents a journey, and it being quite difficult. And again, we have the moon in the background, showing that it has been a very heavy journey, you know, like things aren't always clear, things are often very hidden and very exhausting. And it's like this character here learning, trying to share their wealth, and they're like, I've shared a bit too much of myself, perhaps. I'm not having that reciprocated. I'm fed up. But what our mind is telling us is to choose wisely, to not allow any negative influence, basically, on sort of swaying us from our journey, and to really be clear about what it is that we want. And because at the end of the day, we do know our destiny is within the situation. We just really need to keep our eye on the prize, on our destiny, because what is destined for you will not pass you by. And on our mind is also our base chakra. I feel since the full moon energies, we've felt very depleted, very tired, and just need to feel secure and balanced and happy again within ourselves. So what is our heart saying? Strengthening bonds, awaiting results, and take the lead. So our heart is really longing for our bond with our beloved to be strengthened, to come back together, to be able to have what we had before, but have it come back even stronger. And so we are still waiting on the results. We are still waiting for them to come back, come home to us. But sometimes it gets really difficult to just wait, and so we feel like perhaps we should take the lead. And there is a difference between taking the lead through impatience or taking the lead through wanting to put out there what we want to create. And so we must wisely take the lead and not manipulate the situation, but take the lead in the sense that we put out there out of unconditional love, and so that we may receive back out of unconditional love. So what is it that we want? The solar plexus chakra, I feel we want to rebalance our emotions, because I know with me they've been quite all over the place the past since the full moon, or even a few days prior to that. It's not just on a daily basis fluctuating. One day I'm good, one day I'm not. It's like within the same day, 1 hour I'm great, the next hour I'm not, and it's like, oh my god. And I know that for me, I definitely want to rebalance my emotional body. Also we have the Magician, which is us really wanting change. And what do we want? We want the Sun. The Sun is the best outcome, the most happy card in the deck, representing our happily ever after, our heart. And certainly what we are wanting is very much still focused on that. So then what I've done is taken a few cards from the Vampire Oracle, just to see what is it that we are struggling with this week, and what is it that we need to focus on perhaps solving. So for the masculines, we have seduction, allure, desire, manipulation. So the masculine has to really focus on perhaps not allowing anyone to seduce them, not allowing anyone to manipulate them, and basically they need to master their desire and have it not sway them in the wrong direction. Let's pop it back there. Next card for the masculine is love conquers all, enduring loyalty, eternal love, and lasting commitment. So this is what the masculine is needing to remember. That love does conquer all, and that no matter how difficult things may seem, that they should really stay in that place of this is achievable, no matter what difficulties and addictions or just remaining dark energy may be part of their life currently, they can overcome it, because true love is worth fighting for. And then final card is faith, trust, unwavering confidence. Again, trust is coming up. Trust came up there for the masculine. Trust is coming up again in what they are struggling with, is that they must remember that they must have faith. They must keep the faith and hope and not give up at this point, We will not give up on you. Please don't give up on us. It is worth putting the effort in to make things happen. And so I'll just have a look at ours. I also drew a few for us. Actually more came out for us. For some reason, two fell out at the same time. The first one, what is kind of blocking us or we're having trouble with and need to pay attention to resolving this week, is knowledge. Study, learning, education. What I feel this is saying to the feminine is that you may feel fed up. You're like, oh, I've already learned so much. I've already done all of the work. I've already studied everything. Like, what more can I possibly do? This is just encouraging you to say, okay, don't be annoyed, just know that there is more to be learned, but take that as a positive, because you don't want to be at that stage where they're like, well, I know everything now. I don't need to know anything more. That knowledge is a good thing, and that continue on that path of ever expanding your knowledge. Next card for the feminine is burnt by the sun. Ambition, extension, reach. So perhaps how we feel is burnt out, possibly like we've overextended ourselves and overreached, and now it's kind of like, oh, was it all for nothing? And this card is just pointing us to the fact that we shouldn't allow that kind of thought, those thoughts take over and sway us from our path. If you're feeling a bit burnt out, perhaps take some time to calm down and to relax and to gather your strength. But don't feel disheartened or discouraged, or feel that you've been overly ambitious and overreaching, overextending yourself. The next card for the feminine is enlightenment, inspiration, epiphany, innovation. Again, this is pretty much in keeping with the previous two cards, well, especially the one that says learning. We might feel like, well, we're pretty much already at this point of feeling enlightened, possibly. What more is there for us to do? I feel that these cards bring out that kind of, what more is there for us to do? What more do you actually want me to do? But this is saying, again, breathe, relax. Life is a never-ending journey. You're not going to get to a point where you're like, well, now I'm enlightened, I don't need to do or learn anymore. We're ever expanding, and so is the universe. So just allow this. And I feel that this is a time for epiphanies. Now that the full moon has passed, we are now getting into a period where we can allow our thinking to balance itself out, go back to being more positive, and allow for epiphanies to show up. And the final card for the feminine in this, what is kind of blocking us deck, is the past, a prison, bitterness, grudge, refusal to let go. So what this is asking us is to really look at, are we holding any grudges? Are we bitter towards anything? Please release that. You can't move forward. And this may not even have anything to do with your divine masculine. This may actually be to do with your ex. I know that mine really irritated me over the full moon period. Like, he actually approached me and muttered under his breath, but I'm pretty sure he said it, that he still had feelings for me. And I was like, oh my God, why? Why do you have to say that? Why now? And also, I felt bad because this person is actually with someone, so A, no, that's never going to happen. I'm not going back to that situation. And B, be more respectful of the person you're with. So I've had to learn to let that go. And I'm still in the process of letting it go now, because I'm thinking, oh my God. But, just as that example shows, it may not even have anything to do with your beloved, but it has to do with the people who you've previously had in your life. And this again shows that you must be grateful for everything, including those relationships that were very harrowing and exhausting. And practice gratitude for everything so that you may receive true blessings in your life. That was heavy. Right, so let's move on to the messages. What does our beloved want to tell us? Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And this is them reminding us there is definitely still a passion within us. And within them, they remember us, of course. They know us, and they long for us, and they have this passion within them. And they want us to be reminded of that. And also for us to remember to hold that passion within our heart for them. The card that what we want to say to them is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Trust. Was there one in there? Trust. Yeah, have faith. So really, the divine beloveds are really being asked to trust. And even we are sort of saying that to them, please trust, please, please, please. No matter how difficult things may seem, how hard it may feel to be able to master your hearts, just have faith and know that this situation calls for you to have faith, but don't lose the faith and hope. And so there are some messages from the universe for our union. Let me just read these little heart cards. The first message says, transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Yes, it does. We must keep believing that. The next message from the universe to us in union, well, for our union, says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So we must let go of any guilt, any attachments, or anything here that is making us shaky and clinging on to things that make us perhaps resentful or angry. We can't have that. And the third card from the universe to us is time. Why is it blurry? You are trying too hard. Give it time. Okay. I feel that this is to do with that, sort of us trying to take the lead, or feeling like, have we already done too much? What is actually going on? This is asking us to just give it time, take a breather, be like the divine masculine, have a bit of time out. And then there's a couple of messages from the universe for them as advice. And the first one that says, celebration. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. This is a nudge and a thumbs up from the universe to our beloved to say, you can celebrate, and you will be in a position where you will be able to celebrate, so don't even worry about it. Trust. And final card as advice from the universe to our beloveds, Yamaya, grandmother, ocean, primordial. What this is alluding to is past and past experiences. I feel the divine masculine is being asked to look at the past, what is perhaps holding them back, so that they can release it, so that they can have their happily ever after, perhaps take lessons from past experiences and allow themselves to acknowledge that and to resolve that within themselves. And then for us, what does the universe have to say? Growth. Seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps. As you grow, be willing to learn from others. Again, I feel the learning theme here with us again. This is the universe saying there is always growth. The universe is ever expanding. So don't think, oh, I'm now at the final. Because I do feel some feminines, not everyone obviously, but some have come to me saying, I'm fed up. I've done all the work. Why the heck? What more do I need to do? Why do I need to grow more? And this is the universe just asking you to change your viewpoint, to change your perspective on that and not see growth as a bad thing, and to actually realize, okay, I do still need to grow, but it's a positive thing, because with growth you also grow towards your beloveds. There's the two little unicorns. Well, one's a big unicorn. And then the final card then as advice to us is endurance. Keep going. This is the universe saying to you, please keep going. You are doing a great job. Don't stop now. Be wise about the decisions that you make, but ultimately you must have faith that things will change, so keep on going. Okay, I hope that this reading was helpful to you. If you'd like your personal reading from me, please check my details in the link below. I have some new promotions up for the month of March, some discounts on my readings, and it will explain on my website basically how I work. I don't set out sort of a spread like this because as a medium and empath, I actually tune into your energies, and this is just more helpful to have for YouTube because obviously it's better to have some sort of visual rather than me just talking at you and you thinking, what in the world is she talking about? And also this kind of helps me to tune into the collective rather than, because, you know, because I don't have a specific one person to look at. But yeah, if you are interested, all my details are below. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for your support, for your kind words of encouragement, and yeah, have a beautiful day. Namaste.